Evasion amplifies the werewolf survivability quite significantly. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's over 90 kph by default. And with yet another mech lab, we can put an even bigger engine in it. And Hengelford rolled into the chat. First time chatter says, "Hey ho, how goes the merc?" The merc goes good so far. Sadly, we just had one of our brawler thunderbolts get cored on a mission, and it was a relatively simple mission too, so bad luck, but the pilot survived. And we've got a replacement already being worked on, so it'll be okay. It's not the end of the day. And Erst gifted a sub to Hengelford. Thank you, Erst, for the massive generosity and the massive chicken. And welcome, Hengelford, to the cult of bad tactical decisions, where we have only one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Cooler. Bullgreg says, if you want to save some money, strip it at a hub. Until then, cold storage. Yeah, I mean, I know that's the ideal way to do it, but if you don't know, now you know. I'm not really a min-maxer. I'm not interested in pinching every penny, because in spite of the fact that we just lost that Thunderbolt, we ended up making almost 9 million C-bills off the back of the mission, so it's not a huge deal. Like, as long as our net income is going up and not down, I don't try to min-max too much. And Kaiwa rolling into the chat as well on a Saturday saying, made it what I missed. Not too much, not too much. Only a couple of missions. We're still stuck into the Kestrel Lancers DLC. And that's what we're going to continue on right now, as a matter of fact. I do need to remember to repair the rest of my mechs, though, before I do something stupid. Let's see, we'll do that. And incidentally, the 4 large laser Marauder has been performing admirably so far as well. It hasn't been taking much damage, and it's been dishing a lot of damage out, so we might consider doing that. Uh-oh, hold on, chat. Okay, sorry about that. Thankfully, they were just driving by, but again, it was right under the window. But yeah, I may consider converting the other Marauder that we have over to a large laser boat as well. And Punished Fink, resubscribing for a 6th month, says you'll be able to see the Aurora Borealis last night. Honestly, Punished, I did not even know that was a thing until this morning when I woke up and looked at the news and saw that that was a whole thing going on. So now I did not see it. Are people in Texas able to see it? Has it been reaching that far south? I mean, it was all news to me this morning. People were talking about it, but I didn't know anything about it last night. Nah, that's fine, Bullgreg. It's, at the end of the day, you should be trying to be frugal, but, again, I don't really min-max in any game, unless it's absolutely necessary, because to me, it makes it more fun to just kind of, you know, go with the flow and do what feels right, as opposed to trying to, like, well, we have to make the objectively correct decision every minute of every day, all the time. Like, that's no fun. That's no fun. It's fun to just kind of do what feels right. And Grumby resubscribing for a 2nd month at tier 2. Good lord. Give some props to Grumby in the chat for that tier 2 sub for 2 months at tier 2. Good lord, too many 2s. But thank you so much for the support, Grumby, and especially that extended support. Again, you guys do not have to support me in that way, but I absolutely appreciate you supporting me, supporting the stream, and supporting the channel. I do not deserve such generosity, but I will accept it graciously. There we go, but we got all the stuff repaired, which is good. Let's have a look at the mission briefing and see what's coming up next. Yeah, too many 2. Making my brain hurt. And I'm already very clearly having problems with English today. So you're not helping me there. You're not helping me there. Northern US. Yeah, I know the article that I was reading about the whole Aurora thing is there were people as far south as Alabama and Florida that were able to see it. But yeah, again, with me not knowing anything about it last night, I didn't even look outside. But let's see. Congratulations completing your mission, Commander. My commandos reported that the second the second they saw infantry investigating their destroyed sites, they initiated protocols to destroy everything rather than see Confederation secrets fall into our hands. We were able to capture a handful of random data drives for good measure, but I doubt there's anything of immediate value to us on them. And punished Finks God damn it, chat. What the hell is wrong with me today? I cannot talk to save my life, and I haven't even been drinking. Punished Fink donating 700 Bezos bucks, saying getting that new bits badge. Well, thank you again for the donation. And yes, we do have different bits badges, believe it or not. We do indeed have different bits badges. Already have RGB lights on my PC. I don't need goddamn fancy lights up in the skybox. There you go. That's the real gamer. That's the real gamer opinion right there. And Kaihua repriming for second month. Thank you, Kaihua, for the support as well. For those that don't know, Amazon Prime lets you subscribe to one Twitch channel for free, and I appreciate you using it here. Thank you so much for that. Start drinking that. Well, I mean, if I start drinking at this point, then I'll have an excuse for why I can't talk for shit today. Anyway, although your mission for Marshal Davian is now complete, I'm afraid that you're still... Alright, chat, I think the stream's over because I'm clearly having a stroke. Now, I'm not serious. That's a joke. Don't take that seriously. Although your mission for Marshal Davian is now complete, I'm afraid that you're still trapped on Sarna just like the rest of us. Liao forces still maintain air superiority and will destroy your dropship if you attempt to leave the system, just as they destroyed all of ours. But not all hope is lost. We just captured a scouting patrol from the local militia and were able to tap into Mechwarrion's comms system. While we know they'll change the transmission codes the second they realize one of the patrols are missing, we've learned that Mechwarrior is squarely focused on destroying remnants of the Crater Cobras and Screaming Eagles, the Certus Fusiliers mercenary support battalions for the Sarna campaign. They're still alive and have been causing the Big Mac nothing but problems for months now. We've used your Leopard sensors to pinpoint their position through their assigned transponder codes, and we verified that they're still alive and moving, although they're too far from us to make radio contact through all this electromagnetic jamming. This is the best news we've received since you all arrived to help us, Commander. We'll need you to make initial contact. At the moment, their reported location is too far away from any of our Fusiliers to make without abandoning our wounded and prisoners. I'll prep everyone for transport and begin to slowly migrate our surviving personnel in their general direction. Your forces can fly ahead in your dropship and make initial contact with their forces. Man, she's just like forces, and plan a rendezvous point for us. The mercenaries have been moving their forces have been moving their forces repeatedly, trying to stay one step ahead of Mechwarrion's armored cavalry. Judging by their movements, it appears they're migrating towards the ruins of a derelict warship located deep in northern Gicarlos? This will be the most ideal spot for you to make contact with them. This might be the last time we see each other, Commander, so before you go, I just want to say thanks for everything. You've given all the remaining Fusiliers hope that we'll make it out of all of this one way or another. And, Grumby, why did the bot bop you? Oh, yeah, taken hostage by Sarna.net. Yep. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, the bot is a little overzealous. It thinks that anything with a period in the middle is a link, so be careful when you do that. Yeah, we might actually get to see the wreckage of a warship. And once again, a lot of salvage points. We'll take the rest in money. And Mara will not recover from injuries before the mission start, but the mechs should be put back together. Well, aside from the Thunderbolt, which we're going to be getting rid of. Alright, Mara, you're out. Let's see what we're going to take instead. They upped our tonnage limit to 310. Let's see. What say we take out the Cataphract? We need to give this thing another go. So I've already decided, chat. And I know some of you are fans of the Cataphract. I personally think it's hideous. But we gave it a second chance, even though it got blown up in its very first mission. I'm gonna give it this next mission, where we've put a bunch of lasers and an AC-20 into it. If it gets blown up again, we're not fixing it. We're not fixing it. This cataphract is on thin ice with me. But we're gonna take it out again. We're gonna take it out again. Let's see who's got some affinity. Mate could do it. We could put Erst in it. Erst, you're here. What do you think about taking the cataphract out for a while? Well, yeah, troubleshooter. That's the way I enunciate it. Would you prefer if I called it the cataphract? Because I can call it that, if you prefer. Erst says rip and tear until it's done. Alright. I like that answer. Let's get in here. As always, chat, let's make it happen. Fracked as in fucked. Yeah, that's also true. I mean, I understand the reference now that you've said it, it's just that's not where my mind goes when I hear the word fracked. I'm not that much of a BSG nerd. Do we still have the laser key? Oh yeah, we do. I just have it in cold storage for right now. But we do still have the laser kitty. That's also true, troubleshooter. Today, my brain is just not braining real good.
I would ever see one of the ancient warships. These things used to be at the top of the food chain when it came to the supreme military power of the Star League. Massive spacecraft that acted as jump ships, armed to the teeth with naval weapons and assault dropships.
And were often used to rain death across entire systems with nuclear fire and chemical strikes. Untold billions died at the hands of these monsters. It's not surprising that they were the first things to be targeted and destroyed in the early succession wars.
Thanks for the exposition, guys. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Battletech lore, warships are capital W warships are pretty much the end point for like sci-fi space battles in the Battletech setting. And they were so fucking powerful and yet so complicated that they became the primary tool of every house's arsenal, and then subsequently were all destroyed. And because essentially the Inner Sphere bombed itself into being techno-barbarians again, they don't have the technology or the infrastructure to rebuild warships. And then they, drafted the Ares conventions and said, hey, warships aren't cool, you guys, they're totally not fair. And so everybody was like, well, let's just use big-ass stompy robots instead.
Federated Sons IFF. You out there, identify yourselves.
We are an independent detachment of the 2nd Crucis Lancers on special assignment. We're here to help.
Here we go, chat.
Rihanna Campbell?
Woo!
Is that you? I thought you were with that Merc outfit from the Galahad War Games. What are you doing broadcasting Davian military IFFs?
That's a long story for another time.
Saving your ass, apparently.
We're hoping to help each other out of this mess.
That's highly optimistic of you. We dug into this position to defend ourselves from an incoming advance from the 3rd Mechwarrion's armored cavalry. They've been probing our defenses for the past week after we repelled an all-out assault from them at Graves Hallow. If you want to help, join us.
Well, good.
Let's push these bastards back. Keep us in good enough shape, and
I'll smack some Mechwarrion's donkeys.
Colonel Westrick, enemy scouts across the outer perimeter. They're here.
I can't.
Well, okay then.
My head doesn't tilt that way.
Commander, we'll appreciate the assist here. Keep our mercs in fighting shape. We won't be any good to you dead.
Oh, are we? Yep, we're finally moving. All right, I got you. There we go. Take out the helicopters, boys. Take them out. Mechs and orbital bombardments. That's just cheating, though. Oh, look at this. My man's is out here in a king crab. We need that to complete our crab squad. It's not a proper crab squad without a king crab. And that's one less raven. Where are you going? I ain't done with you yet. Get out of here with that flamer bullshit. Get him, boys. Where the hell are y'all going? Get punched, nerd.
Things are going to heat up quickly here.
There we go.
Understood. We should be
There we
able to
go.
pull through if we can keep our forces in the fight.
We'll do our best, Colonel.
It's getting kind of DCMS in here with all these light mechs. Just imagine if this game had knockdown. Oh, don't you tempt me with a good time. Man, I wish I could just walk up to like a locust or a raven with an awesome and just give it a haymaker and knock it down. That'd be great. Oh, the mechs. I'm over here going this way thinking the enemies are coming from this direction, and actually they're coming from the other direction. So you put me in a terrible tactical position, and now you want me to sit there in that basin and get shot at from two different directions. Got it. Once again, as much as I love this awesome, there are certain mechs, or there are certain missions that it's just not very good at, and these missions that take place over long distance are absolutely the weakness of this design.
Commander, if we're gonna survive this, we need every mech we can get. Do your best to protect my men.
Well, you know, I would love to do that, except nobody can understand how a fucking compass works in this universe. So nobody ever seems to tell me which direction enemies are coming from, and they just magically appear out of nowhere. So hey, maybe next time mention something very basic like enemies coming from the north, so I can point my giant ass in the correct direction. If you want to bitch at me about not protecting your goofball mercs, then give me the information I need to do the job correctly.
We are on your target, Commander. Reporting. Goodbye. Focus engagement on these targets.
Yes. Focus on the lemmings, please. Please kill the lemmings. What's that at the top of her hood? Yeah, no, I mean, I have a compass. It's just they never tell me where the enemies are coming from.
Focus engagement on Leech's target.
They're just like, oh no, protect us. And it's like, okay, there are 4 directions and I can only point in one at a time. So where would you like me to go?
Shared targets identified.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
We're on your target, Commander.
Oh, they brought a hunchy. They brought an AC-20 hunchy. Well. Uh-oh. 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 He's having a moment. Just give him a minute. There we go. There we go. Sorry, he was having a moment, chat. He just needed a minute. Let's see, you're gonna... Yep, there you go.
Enemy destroyed.
It's not the best anti-aircraft weapon, but it'll do the job. Alright. Hey, look! The enemies are coming from the south. Now I gotta go all the way down here so I can go up the ramp. Man, I cannot wait until I get my hands on the pretty baby awesome, because, I gotta go fast, chat. I'm sorry. I gotta go fast. And as much as I love the awesome, it is not fast. Oh, well, Mon-Mor-Coon's back in the area. He's not close yet, but I can hear him. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What do we got? God damn it. Battle Master.
Yeah?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Kaiwa donating 100 Bezos bucks says he had a seizure. Heard the flashing lights of PPCXs will do that. Yeah, it happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Those PPCs putting on that laser light show. Sometimes it's too much for them. I need to get close so I can try to headshot this thing. Actually, you know what? Never mind. We don't have enough salvage picks for that. So what I'm gonna have to do instead is we're gonna have to strip this thing. We're gonna have to take off the arms and the legs to have any chance of being able to salvage this battle. Give me your other leg. Actually, you know what? Give me your arms first. God damn. I was about to say. Arm is made out of pure stellinium. There we go. Hopefully we'll be able to salvage that Battle Master. Oh, it's an archer, eh? Well, it's about to not be an archer. Former archer. Past tense. Cardinal direction, guys. There's still 4 more mechs somewhere, and I assume they're coming from the other direction again. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here until somebody gives me a sensor contact. Where do I need to go, game? Where are the enemies? You're all pointing up in this direction. Okay, well, now I'm glad that I didn't go to the other side. Vindicator, eh? Made you past tense. Who's next? Another one? Alright. And we got what? Shadowhawk. Wait, where are you going? Come back here. You have any idea how hard it is to kill a moving target in this thing? Everything's faster than me. About that. If you mean a grave, then yes, you have earned your place in the Confederation. Some cappy body collection people will be along to dump you in the closest available mass grave. God damn it, let me get a sensor lock long enough to send my people after him. Oh, well that's a PPCX. Ain't gonna mistake that kind of shot for anything else. There we go. Let's go get him. Let's go get him. Well, that hurt.
My forces are taking a beating, Commander. If we don't turn this around, I don't know how much help we'll be to you.
Well, here's an idea. Maybe tell your people not to be complete fucking morons and go running after a damn PPCX Marauder when they have no center torso armor. Consider giving your people orders to stay the fuck back and let me take care of business, eh? you might find that that works much better.
Forces appear to be withdrawing. For now, our forces are in
If
the
you
clear.
donkeys weren't charging into death,
Thanks, Commander. But without a
it'd be a lot easier to keep you alive.
I'm very skeptical about our overall chances at survival. A very strong ECM field is preventing us from contacting anyone at the system's jump point. We have a long shot plan to try to get a message off-world. With your help, we might just be able to do it. Come by our command center and I'll share the details with you.
Well, I don't know. With y'all's tactical acumen displayed in this operation, I don't know if you guys are gonna make it after all. I mean, hell, at this point, I'm beginning to doubt your ability to survive as a mercenary unit in general. I mean, yeah, our company motto is basically exactly the same. Charge, full speed ahead, and full alpha. But at the same time, I build my mechs for that mission statement. Good lord, that's a lot of mechs. But hey, you know what? The Battlemaster is available. And it has the core in it. Yeah, I think I will absolutely pay 1.2 million to get my hands on a Battlemaster. Hands down, no questions asked. We're not going to be able to put it together until we get out of here and hit an industrial hub. But hey, you know what? We got a Battlemaster, chat. We got a Battlemaster. Commander, it's great to see you again. I only wish we were meeting under better circumstances. You have my thanks for keeping us in good enough shape to see tomorrow. While I can't spare too much equipment, I do have a Mechwarrior that's been disposed of their mech in the recent fighting. If you have a mech for them, they'll serve you well. I'll send them over to your dropship. I got bad news for you. That pilot's probably getting fired. Let's catch up over a drink in my tent. I'm curious to know why the hell you're even on this rock in the first place. Yeah, well, we had the Pulse Master in the vanilla campaign. We filled it up with a bunch of pulse lasers, and it was a beast. It was a beast. And yeah, the Cataphract finally earned its stripes. Finally survived a mission, so it finally gets the company paint. In the meantime, let's get everything put back together. Zeus made it through alright. The Marauder made it through alright. Excuse me. And the Cataphract lost an arm, but that only cost us a large laser, so I'm good with that. We got plenty to replace it. So we'll go ahead and we'll slap the company colors on it. You have earned your colors. Actually, that's a pretty cool paint job. Got the whole, like, angry, grinny teeth mouth. That's pretty cool. Props for the paint job. Tried to punch him with the arm, fell off. Yeah, it happens, especially with a Cataphract. I mean, the Cataphract is literally a Frankenstein of mech parts, so it doesn't surprise me when some of them fall off. But let's see. The Jenner has been stripped. Outstanding. Let's go ahead and sell it. This T-Bolt has not been rebuilt, and this one has not been fully stripped. The Battlemaster we're just gonna dump into cold storage. Well, maybe we'll call this Battlemaster the Black Knight. What do you think, chat? I mean, I know there's already a mech called the Black Knight. But I'm just saying. Anyway. Everything is getting repaired. Outstanding. Let's see what this pilot looks like. Pilot is... Oh, this pilot is technically counted as elite, but their potentials are not maxed out. I'm gonna be honest, if you don't have at least 10 in all your potentials, I don't really want to keep you. I made an exception for Shenzing, but the rest of you donkeys just aren't... You're not impressive enough to keep around. Sorry, you're fired.
Let's get a move on. Time is money and we're wasting both.
Alright, still haven't completed any Cantina missions. We're close on the Harasser, we're close on the Panther. But at this point in the campaign, we're just not running into Panthers very much anymore. It's mostly mediums and heavies at this point. Yeah, I know they can go up with the training, but I would rather just recruit the elite pilots that are out there because they already come with max potentials, and I don't have to spend any money on them. Alright, let's see. Mission briefing. What do we got? Hey, look! It's this guy. This was the other guy that I said his head was too big for his body. Maybe that's just a thing about the art style. Who knows? Also, I didn't realize it until now, but props to you for literally strapping an SMG to your sternum. It's a brave move. I don't know if I would do that, but good on you, buddy. That sure is some story you got there, Commander. While I'm glad to hear that Captain Damu was able to rally a number of survivors from the Fusiliers' ranks, he won't find much sympathy for their plight among my men after what Hearthstone pulled. You see... Oh, you're gonna give me a history lesson. I don't really care, Westrick, if I'm being perfectly honest. We have spent months scouting out the facilities the Capellans use to disrupt long-range communications on planet. But with our numbers, we've always determined that assaulting one was too high risk. With you here, we may just be able to pull it off. We know the Capellans are gunning for us, so if we pull the Big Mac's attention away from a number of their regional jamming arrays, we should be able to thin their defenses enough where you'll be able to perform a targeted strike and bring those jammers down. It'll be just like Galahad. Well, yeah, except we won't have Steiner incompetence on our side this time around. We'll draw them away, you see that the mission gets done. I'll be straight with you, Commander, that this mission is critical to us being able to get a message out of the system. I don't know how much longer any of us can last down here, but if you give us a month or so, we can plan for an assault on these jamming facilities. So take your time to prepare your forces and be ready for anything. We may have need to deploy in consecutive missions depending on how Mechwarrior reacts to their jammers being destroyed. So make sure you complete as many repairs and refits as possible before we execute. Godspeed, my friend. We'll see you on the other side. I mean, you say that like we're gonna die. Now, his head is proportioned to his body. Why better than the Fox Patrol character artwork? I mean, really though? Look at this man's head. And then look at the rest of... Like, his head is friggin' huge. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. You know the rules, chat. Max salvage. And as many C-bills as we can take. I think we're gonna retire the awesome on this one. And we'll take something else out for a spin. So let's see. What else can we bring out besides the awesome? We could bring the archer. It's a little bit lighter, so I'll have to be careful about how I use it. This is the hero archer, by the way. Sure. We haven't done any archer today, so let's go ahead and do that. Again, the rest of the lance, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Although I am gonna swap out the cataphract, since Erst got a little beat up. So we will swap out the cataphract for, what else we got? I mean, we could go with the other Marauder. We could... You know what? Let's tap in the Warhammer. We haven't taken out the Warhammer today. If he's leaning forward, it's just his neck. Let's see. Who has been in the Warhammer? Mara, again, impaired for 43 days. Uh-oh. Chat, muting now. Sorry.
The Crater Cobras have provided us with the location of a series of powerful ECM arrays that have been disrupting long-range comms across the entire solar system. If we destroy enough arrays within the region, we should be able to pierce the localized disruption field and get a message out to the system's jump point. We need to destroy these ECM arrays in order to have any hope of getting a message off-world. If we don't succeed, well, we'll all most likely die here, Commander.
Oh, lovely. No pressure at all for the likes of us, eh?
I know it's hard to hear, but it's the simple truth. While we've had our successes, Mechwarrion's armored cavalry still has 4 full regiments of troops on Soina. It's a simple numbers game. The reality is, we don't have enough forces to come out ahead. Even with the Crater Cobras and Screaming Eagles, we need reinforcements. And with the system's HPG down, the only way that we can ever hope of getting them is if we get a message back to Davion Command through a ferried message by jump ship. Bringing down these ECM arrays is our only chance at doing that. I'm not exaggerating when I say that this time, all our lives are depending on this. So good luck, Commander. That was a transmission on the AFFC's command line. The first one since we've arrived at Soina. I can't make out anything in it, but destroying the other ECM towers might allow us to hear the broadcast. Keep it up, Commander.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed. New target rising.
Roger that.
Target acquired.
Damn it! Commander, the ECM disruption is weakening. But the Terran is encircling our forces while you're attacking the ECM installations. We don't have the numbers to fight through them. We need those towers destroyed so we can find a gap in their line. We've fought too long and too hard for this to be our end. Gotcha, Crawler. Focus target
Alright, sorry about that, chat. As usual, the leaf blower and the lawnmower are just out here blowing each other. Yeah, that's right, I said that. Right underneath my damn window.
Projections are not good. The only way we can break through Mechwarrion's forces is if we abandon our wounded. That is not something I'm willing to do. We're
Yeah, leaf status blown.
Finish the mission, Commander. Then get as far away from us as possible. Regroup with Captain Damu. Get a message back to Davy in command. Survive.
Colonel Westrick, I'm sorry we couldn't do more.
Robert Downey Jr. survived meme.
It's the part of the job that all of us mercenaries must accept at some point. Today, it's just my time.
Lay off the Red Bull. Why? Why lay off the Red Bull? Oh, we're a little bogged down. We're a little bogged down. Get wrecked, nerd.
Tango.
Oh, what do we get? An Orion, eh? Well, I gotta destroy this jammer first. Then I'll deal with you. Now, come here. Come here. Get shot in the back, nerd.
Heard that target down. Enemy destroyed. Good kill, Commander. That mech is going critical.
Alright, there we go. That's another heavy mech down.
Target acquired.
Target received. Engaging.
And if you guys don't mind taking out that lemming for me,
Target destroyed.
I do appreciate the attempt at emotional heartstrings with the mercenary guy. Where it's like, oh man, wait, we worked together that one time. We're the best of friends. Isn't it sad how I'm dying completely off screen? My dude, I barely remember your name. I mean, it sucks that you're dying because it's never cool when somebody dies, but I don't know you. Hey, look, it's another Franken mech. Beep boop. Hello, I'm back. Well, welcome back, Ben. Welcome back to the hot mech on mech action.
Focus. We're on your target, Commander.
I can't. What? I'm stuck. There we go. There we go. I'm just gonna linebacker my way through there.
I got him.
Acquired.
Just straight linebacker my way out of those buildings. All right, let's not get hung up on a bunch of VTOLs. I'm gonna let the lance mates handle that, because we got turret cartel out here. Mech stronger than building, yes, absolutely. Especially this mech, because this is a hero archer. So, it's very much stronger than building. Building stand no chance against Og. Alright, what do we got out here? Give me predator vision. Alright, I see turret cartel, and I see a tank way over there in the distance. Oh, don't worry. You're gonna get yours. Don't you worry. I do see a couple mechs over there on the sensors. Well, okay. If you're gonna make a nuisance of yourself...
Kill, Commander. That mech is going critical.
If you're gonna make a nuisance of yourself... Now, see, the deal with the dishes is that, Like, you know how in the 90s and the early 2000s, everybody was, like, big on satellite TV, how it was the wave of the future and stuff? Like, because Battletech takes place in an alternate future, it's basically just that, except extended to the nth power, because sci-fi future.
Colonel Sortek, this is Colonel Richard Westrick with the Crater Cobras. My God, is it good to hear your voice. The Crater Cobras and the Screaming Eagles are pinned down 50 clicks east of the city of Catatonia along the coast. We estimate that the Big Mac will have us completely surrounded in 3 hours. Transmitting exact coordinates now.
Are you really gonna make me walk 3 kilometers to get back?
Hold fast, Colonel. Help is here.
This is Captain Alana Damu with the survivors of the 5th Certus Fusiliers. We don't have much left, but we are moving to assist. ETA 2 hours.
Looks like our salvation is here, Commander. I've marked a new exfil site on your map. Let's get out of here and join the others.
Are you gonna throw a bunch of mechs at me over this distance? You better give me something to shoot at on the way. I'm gonna be very angry if you're just gonna make me walk 3 kilometers just for the hell of making me walk 3 kilometers. Or maybe they were expecting me to not clear out all the enemies on my way? Look, whenever I hear that song, Grumby, I know this is gonna be a weird connection in my brain, but whenever I hear that song, it actually reminds me of the opening song to Moshishi, the anime. Which I don't know if you guys have seen that. I actually really like that show. I don't know why my brain immediately latches onto that song, but that's where my brain goes when I hear that song. I mean, you could be right, Perpetual DM. That it could be to make me listen to the story, except we heard all the story. Like, that was it. The story was done before I even started moving in this direction. So they're really making me walk 3 kilometers to an extract with absolutely nothing going on. Alright, game, I see you. Alright, well, we probably took a little more damage than I would have liked, given what the mission was supposed to be on. But, all in all, I guess it could have been worse. Alright, let's see what we got. We could grab an Orion, but it's cored out. Man. I tell you what, one of these days, I'm gonna remember to not just completely blow up absolutely everything. Also, can we just look like, again, I've been saying this since the vanilla campaign. The game literally does this on purpose. Like, the salvage picks appear to be built into the game in such a way that if you're gonna get salvage, it's always just short of whatever complete mechs are available. It's like the game knows what mech, like, I mean, obviously the game does know what mechs are gonna be in the mission. And so it's like, okay, if this mech didn't get cored, how many salvage picks is it gonna be? And then we'll make the maximum number of salvage picks just a couple of points lower than that. It's really, really frustrating. We could spend 500,000 C-bills to get a total value of 660 or 6.66 million. I think it's worth it, honestly. I think it's worth it. I mean, I'm just gonna sell the mech, but I think it's worth it to spend a little money for how much we'll make selling the mech. Grummy says the Mushishi opening is actually pretty chill. It is. Actually, the entire show is kind of chill. The entire show is kind of chill. I mean, there are some dramatic moments in it, but it's not an action anime. It's a very, like, and again, I hate to use the analogy that it's like Bakemonogatari, because I think a lot of stuff gets incorrectly compared to that show, but when I say it's a wordy show, that's what I mean. Like, it's not a show where actions or fight scenes or anything like that are the focus of the show. It's the story and the characters that are the focus. And so that's what I mean when I make that comparison. But if you haven't seen it, Mushishi is actually a great show from the mid 2000s, early 2010s. I think it actually got remade in the mid 2010s as well, or they did an update or something like that. I feel like I heard more about it, but it was a good show. Good show. Check it out if you haven't. And you can buy over with salvage points. Yeah, it's a mod. It's a mod. The mod is, I think it's Purchase Salvage is the name of the mod if you're playing on PC. And essentially it just lets you pick additional salvage picks and makes you pay money for it. And I got that mod specifically because I got tired of the game screwing me out of mech salvage because I was 1 or 2 points short on every single mission. But let's head into the mech bay. Let's make sure we get everything repaired, as you do. Gotta make sure we keep everything in good working order. Let's see, Marauder with the 3 large lasers. Is that the one that we're running? Yeah, that's the 3 large. I tell you what. Because it's been so effective, I think I'm gonna see if we can convert this one over to the same thing. So let's do this. Let's do this. And I put large short bursts in this one, but that's okay, because large short bursts are pretty good as well. So we'll do that. It's gonna be a little heavier, so we'll have to drop some heat sinks. Or potentially we could downsize the engine to a 275. It doesn't make it that much slower. Nah. We'll keep the 300 in it. And we'll just drop a couple of heat sinks. Because the 4 large laser has been doing really good. So we'll go ahead and put that together. Shouldn't take too long to get it done. Well, I say that, 42 days apparently, because we're still in a conflict zone. Base game is really annoying when it comes to getting the good mechs out of battle. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. That's why I added the purchase salvage when I started doing the modding. I was like, I'm not dealing with that shit again. Because, like, it feels as if the game is intentionally engineered just to do that kind of stuff to you. And, again, it drives me insane. Let's go ahead and sell this T-bolt now that it's been stripped down. We're gonna get about 2 million C-bills for it, which really sucks. Because T-bolts are good, but we just spent a bunch of money on this one to get it put back together, and then the one that we had got blown up, so I'm not gonna spend that money again. Let's have a look. Yeah, we do want to strip this Grand Dragon. I'm gonna sell it, but I am gonna strip the equipment off of it. It's got a PPC, a 300 engine, a lot of good stuff that we can put to use elsewhere. I heard Marauder. You did indeed hear Marauder. We have 2 of them. And hopefully more in the near future. Alright, now all the mech base stuff is taken care of. Let's have a look at the mission briefing. Commander, Captain Damu, we're about to engage in the fight of our lives. The Capellans must know that if they can't wipe us out before the heavy guards touch down on Sarna, it's over for them. Their only hope at maintaining control of the planet will be to utterly destroy our forces so that the Colonel when Colonel Their only hope at maintaining control of the planet will be to utterly destroy our forces, so that when Colonel Sortek touches down, they'll have the numbers to fight him back. We've all gone through too much to just lose everything at the end. We need to master whatever muster whatever strength we have left, and hold the line until Colonel Sortek relieves us. Gather your best mechs, equipment, and Mechwarriors, and meet my Crater Cobras at the following coordinates. Prepare to give Big Mac everything you got. We did not go through 6 months of hell just to die on the day the reinforcements arrive. The only thing left to do is hold the line. We do that, and we'll live to see tomorrow. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what's wrong with me today, chat. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm doing my best. Alright, so none of these mechs are gonna be ready before the mission start. Good to know. Good to know. Let's see. Well, obviously, if the awesome is ready, we're gonna take that. What else do we have that we can take? We have 350-ton limit. I don't think we're gonna hit that limit, because most of our heavy stuff is currently being repaired. I guess we can take the cataphracts. We do have the other marauder, though we're working on it. Will it be ready in time? It will not be ready in time. Alright? So let's throw in this Thunderbolt, now that it's actually put back together. And what else do we have that we can field? Maybe the Crusader? The Crusader's the only other heavy that we've actually got right now. Yeah, Serini, that's also my problem, is, like, whoever did the proofreading on some of the scripting didn't do a great job, or at least wasn't great at their job, because, like, some of those sentences just don't flow very well. Like, if you sat down and just read it, it would make sense, but when you're trying to speak it out loud, like, read it and speak it at the same time, the sentences just don't, like, they don't feel right. It's not natural language sometimes. It's weird. Possible, Sereni. It could have been somebody who was doing it as a second language. Alright, let's see who we've got that's actually got some affinity for these mechs. I guess we can put Erst back in the cataphract. Sereni is good with a T-bolt, and so is Mara. So I guess we'll put in Sereni. And then the Crusader. And I think we only used the Crusader on like one mission, if I remember right. Let's put in Sage Raven. And of course, Commander in the Awesome, as you do. That's just the way it is. We are 70 tons under the weight limit, chat, so this might be a rough mission, but it's all we got. Let's make it hot. Let's make it hot.
This is it, everyone. Colonel Sortek is on the verge of making planetfall and is en route to our position.
Kind of dark. Let's go Predator
Knows
Vision.
that if we successfully relink with the Davian heavy guards, they're done for. So they're gonna throw everything they have at us.
Very
trying to
small
push
map
to the
on this
ground
one.
Before Colonel Sortek's reinforcements arrive. We've spent the past 6 months in hell, cowering and sulking in the shadow of those bastards, trying to survive against unprecedented circumstances. No dropship support, no air support, no way of communicating with the jump point. Hell, we even made
Hey, Tricky Dick, I don't know if you know this. I already read the email, dude.
We made
Like, I read the email. You don't have to repeat everything you said in the email.
We can stand tall against these Capellan bastards. Today is a day of retribution. Today we are finally taking the fight to them.
Fusiliers, I'm not one for speeches as eloquent as our mercenary friends. We have been struggling to survive since the Grey River ran red with the blood of our fallen brothers and sisters. Just remember, they're still here. They're watching over us. And today, God willing, we will avenge their deaths. For New Certus! For House Hasek!
We have contacts. Dead
Yeah.
ahead.
I don't even know who those
Forces
people
fire
are.
at will. Stay in cover and support one another. Don't let them spill one more ounce of Cobra's blood today.
Commander.
Destroy all
Current
mechs.
is right
That's an
about
objective
one
I
thing.
can get
The
behind.
Macaron's forces will be relentless. There's no telling when the Davion heavy guards will make it to the field. So we need to support one another if we're going to make it out of this alive. Tread carefully, Commander.
So, we're talking about all this, like, big and impressive speeches and everything, and you guys brought a Jaeger mech and a hunchback? Alright, Erst. I saw it too, but as usual, I get a sensor contact for literally a split second and don't have any time to do anything with it. Alright, Jenners, we can handle Jenners. Hey, if you're all gonna cluster up like that, you're just making it easier on me. And a Raven, alright. Let's make the Raven past tense. And a Vindicator, alright. Past tense on the Vindicator. And another one. Nice knowing you. See if we can take out that cataphract from a distance, or at least distract them long enough for me to get a little bit closer. Oh look, it's cataphract on cataphract action. Man, that's hot. That is hot. And it's not just hot because Erst is going hot. He's all heated up. Alright, who's next? Who is next? Or are they gonna come from the other side now and they're not gonna bother telling me that? Oh no, they're coming from this direction. Good call out, Erst. Good call out. No, madman. There was at least one cataphract that was very, very badly hurt in the making of this stream. I make no claims to the contrary. More Vindicators? Alright, well I don't know if you saw what I did to the last two Vindicators you guys threw at me, but I'm happy to repeat the show. I am happy to do a repeat performance. You might want to keep your distance. Man, the Capellans basically have no imagination in this case.
Forces of the Federated Sons. My Davion heavy guards have just
Oh my.
Our rushed mech drops scattered us
Got some
across
chug
the
there.
area. We are reforming our
Oh,
lances.
well, that's
Move
not
on your
good.
position now. ETA 2
That's not
Hold
good.
out just a little longer.
Well, don't forget as well, this game was developed right before the pandemic, and it was also developed at points during the pandemic before release, so it's entirely possible that a lot of the people that were working for Piranha might have been remote in other countries as well, rather than just working in other offices. Hope everyone's having a good day. Well, same to you, Solar Kraken. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well, and welcome to the Saturday stream. Hopefully you came to hang out with us for some hot mech on mech action, because we are certainly getting that today. Oh, you survived. That's impressive. Look at that, chat. It's a stalker. We haven't seen one of those this campaign. Although, you're not going to see it for very long. Please destroy this cataphract so that I can actually aim correctly.
Thank you, Commander. One last push and then it's over. Let's finish this.
That jamming is throwing off my accuracy here.
We have cleared the field. Sarna
There we go.
ours.
All mechs destroyed, apparently. And now they're just randomly shooting at buildings.
Thank you. If you hadn't come to help us all those months ago,
Yeah, get
I
those
have no doubt
buildings.
in my mind that we would have died like the rest of our brothers and sisters.
The
in
mech
the
action
pit.
is indeed heating
We'll
up,
never forget
especially
what
in
you
this
did
mech.
for us.
I gotta say, this is probably the first time in a while that I actually got close to pushing the red line on this thing.
Now let's all fall back in with the heavy guards and finally get some R&R. It's been one hell of a campaign.
Is that it, chat? Did we finish Kestrel Lancers? Are you trying to tell me to extract somewhere, or what? What are we waiting on? Oh, there we go. There's the fade out. All right. Let's see what we got. We can actually take the Stalker, although, again, we did core it out, so I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, I say that, we cored out pretty much everything we hit. Oh, there's the countermeasures we need to pick up, though. Anything else? Now. Alright, well, let's grab some countermeasures. And then that leaves us with 21 picks left, so I think we take a blackjack and fill out the rest with whatever they've got available. Which isn't a lot, to be perfectly honest. So I guess we'll take the probe. And yeah, I guess we'll take some more cataphract salvage then. Maybe we can put one of those together and sell it, but salvage is kind of butt cheeks on this mission. Wonder if the modder realized how OP PPCXs were gonna be when they designed them. Actually, the PPCXs are not a mod. They are part of the Solaris DLC. So those are base game weapons, and not only that, are not base game weapons, but they're official weapons. They are not modded in. And more to the point, not only are they official weapons, but they've been nerfed. Like the latest patch from a week or two ago actually nerfed the damage and increased the heat generation on them. And even so, they're still busted as hell. So, I love them. I like shotguns and I like PPCs, and the PPCX is both of those things. Hey, look, it's Jack. He came back. Commander, I've just received your report from Arden Sorte. I cannot tell you how glad I am to hear that you made it through the Sarna campaign. When I heard of the armored cavalry ambush and the HPG being destroyed, I fear that I may have condemned you all to death. You and all the Kestrel Lancers worried for you. Chad, I need to take a nap. You had all the Kestrel Lancers worried for you. While I'm sorry I cannot be there on Sarna to debrief you in person, there is still much for me to do here on Tigris. Please accept this canned message as your formal debriefing. No, I refuse your canned message. The next item we'll need to discuss is the destruction of Sarna's HPG. After the Fusiliers destroyed the HPG, Comstar was furious with the Federated Suns, claiming us ultimately responsible for its destruction. They put the entirety of the Federated Suns under interdiction, cutting off interstellar communications and commerce between the hundreds of Federation worlds. Your report about the imposter Fusiliers captured by Captain Damu couldn't have come at a worse time. Had we known about this a month ago, we would have been able to mount a defense against Comstar's accusations, but First Prince Davian has already agreed to allow Comstar to station their own mech security forces at every HPG in the Federation to ensure that such a debacle never happens again. It's much too late to defend our role in the Sarna HPG attack now, even if we now know that we were not responsible for its destruction. The interdiction and Leafblower Kun is coming, so I'm sorry. I will give you guys a few minutes to read this yourself, but I'm gonna have to go on mute.